everyone, welcome back. I'm Di, and today is the start of March Mystery Madness. So it is March 1st. It's about 1:45 in the morning. So I thought it might be fun to kind of do something like I did during Vlogmas and just kind of daily check in with you to let you know how I'm doing throughout March Mystery Madness for this month's Disis19 Diaries. Since I don't have like a yarn advent calendar to share, the clips should be shorter than they were in December if you did watch my Vlogmas. But yeah, I thought I'd see how kind of daily check-ins would work during the month of March and see how much I'm able to get read, because I do have quite a bit slated for my month of reading. So this will also help keep me accountable and make sure that I get through all of the reads that I want to get to. So as you can see here, I do have 3 books here. So these are the 3 books I am carrying over into March. So on my Kindle here, I have Velocity, which is the 3rd book in the Karen Vale mystery series by Alan Jacobson. I've been working on reading this one throughout the month of February, and I'm still not done with it. It's an FBI profiler mystery, and it's got a few serial killers in this particular installment. So yeah, I definitely want to finish this one during March. And then I started this one towards the end of February. This is Christopher Pike's Scavenger Hunt, and I'm really enjoying this one. I'm about halfway, so I should be done with this one relatively soon, but I kind of want to prioritize the Karen Vale book, especially because I've got that one on a borrow from the library. So I did have to re-borrow that one because I had worked on it for a good portion of February. So I borrowed another copy, so this is my priority, and then this. And then yesterday, the 28th of February, I started the audiobook of this, which is Nancy Springer's The Case of the Missing Marquess. This is the first book in the Enola Holmes mystery series, and I am reading this as part of the group read that Elizabeth Tyree is hosting, and so I'm enjoying what I've heard so far. This character here is the younger sister of Mycroft and Sherlock Holmes, and so yeah, it's pretty interesting so far, and I'm looking forward to listening to a bit more of this audiobook tomorrow. I do listen to audiobooks during my lunch break from work. That's kind of how I spend my lunch break. And yeah, so this is what I've got right now. So I am just about ready to get in bed for the day. Well, I'm actually in bed right now, but I am getting ready to tuck in for the night. So I am going to read a little bit of Velocity before I actually go to sleep. And I guess I will check in with you probably tomorrow, the 2nd. I normally do my check-ins like this very shortly after midnight, if not a few hours after midnight. That's just kind of when I do these check-ins. So yeah, that's all I've got for this clip, and I will talk to you later. Hello everyone, it is Thursday, March 3rd. It is about 1:30 in the morning again. As you can see, if you haven't watched my Vlogmas videos or listened to any of my chapter by chapter videos or like podcast things that I've done for the Bookworm Cozies Club, you know that I usually will do my check-ins after midnight. So this will be no different, which is also why you probably won't see my face very much in these. But I thought I'd come on and give you a little bit of an update as to how I've been doing with my reading in March, as well as some progress shots of the sweater that I've been working on. So, I didn't check in with you yesterday. So much for daily vlogging. But that's because I didn't do any reading, and I also didn't work on my sweater at all. I was having technical difficulties with my phone, which is what I was using to listen to audiobooks, and I will normally listen to an audiobook during my lunch break from work, but for whatever reason, the technology of my Bluetooth headphones did not want to work with my phone, and I could not get it to work at all during my lunch break. So I spent all of my lunch break trying to work on it. I couldn't fix it. And so after work, I started working on it. I finally got it working around 8 o'clock, 8:30 at night. So I kind of wasted the whole day just trying to get the audiobook to play through my headphones. But I finally did fix it. And so thankfully today, on the 2nd, I say on the 2nd, but you know what I mean. I haven't gone to sleep yet, so I still say today, even though it is actually March 3rd. But on March 2nd, I was able to listen to my audiobook during lunch, and so that was nice, but I wasn't able to take my entire lunch break, so that was a bummer. But I have been listening to the audiobook of the Enola Holmes book. The first book in this series is The Case of the Missing Marquess, and I'm on chapter 13 of this book. I am about here, so you can see where my bookmark is. So I do think that I will be finishing this book this afternoon during lunch, so that's great. It'll be nice to get a book out of the way, considering how much of a mountain I have to go through this month. But I'm finding this book rather entertaining. I do enjoy how Enola kind of figures out things, or has been figuring out things. And right where I left off today, something very suspenseful is happening, and so I'm really looking forward to seeing how that situation is going to work itself out. And yeah, so I'm enjoying this one, and this is for the group read with Elizabeth Tyree. I did start a little early because she's actually reading the Sherlock Holmes short story, and I am not reading that one, so I just jumped into this one. And I'm probably not going to read the other book that I'm planning to read for her group reads on schedule either, because I have an audiobook for that one as well, even though I do have a physical copy. And since I'm borrowing it from the library, I only have so much time to listen to it. So yeah, I am enjoying this one. I'm looking forward to finishing that one during lunch today. Then I am still reading Velocity, the third book in the Karen Vale mystery series by Alan Jacobson, on my Kindle. I just reached part 3 of this book, so this book is split up into 3 parts. I just hit part 3 before I went to sleep last night. And from what I saw of the first couple sentences in the section that I was going into, it kind of gave something away that I wish the story didn't take that turn. It kind of took some of the suspense out of the story for me, just from what I read in those couple sentences. So I'm a little bit disappointed, on top of the fact that this book has almost taken me an entire month to read, and I'm still not done. So I've been really thinking about whether or not I want to continue this series when I'm done with this installment. And I think that I am going to have to DNF this series. As much as I enjoy books like this, where it's a serial killer investigation and we're following the FBI agents or the police detectives or whoever, I do enjoy those types of stories. But in this one, there are just so many things I am not enjoying about our main character. And so, yeah, I kind of touched on that a little bit in my last Disis19 Diaries. But I'll get more into it when I do my wrap up after I finish this book. But yeah, I'm kind of disappointed. I also know that this author has written another series, which I thought I would check out because I thought it followed a different group of people. However, I have become aware that the character, our main character in the Karen Vale series, so Karen Vale, actually shows up in several of the books in his other series also. So, yeah, and in fact, she is not the only one from this series that shows up in that other series. One of the other characters that we got introduced to in this case, so the case that started with book 2, is also in that series. So I do enjoy that character more. But yeah, it's not enough of a difference, I think, for me to say, okay, that's a completely different series, because just reading the synopsis of some of the books that are in that series, it sounds like Karen Vale and the other character in this series are main characters in those stories. And it's not just one, there are at least a couple in that other series. So, yeah, I'm a bit disappointed. But I'm looking forward to finishing this one up. At least I feel a little bit of a sense of movement on this one because it's been taking so long. I've kind of reached a checkpoint, if you will, since I just hit part 3. So, yeah. I am looking forward to finishing this one though and seeing how everything turns out with that. And then before I let you go for this evening, I will let you know how I'm doing on my sweater. So I have been doing some check-ins on my Namu sweater, which is a sweater that I'm knitting for the crazy cabled sweater knit-along that's being hosted by the Crazy Sock Lady and Sock Witchery. So you can see there's some cables here, and then the middle panel here also has some cables. So I have finished the body, so the bottom here is all bound off, and I have also finished my first sleeve. So you can see I've got my markers marking my decreases for my sleeve, and then I just bound this off last night, or the evening of the 2nd. So yeah, I am very happy with how that one turned out. And you can see there is a cable that runs down the sleeve. I do have a bit of a ladder here, but that's okay. It's on the inside of the cuff, so I don't really mind that too much. And then this one over here is the kind of seam that's in the middle of the cable, so I don't mind that either. But yeah, so I done that, so now I've only got one more sleeve to go, and so I do have that one on the needle. I did pick up the stitches and put them on. I put in a couple of rows, and so I'm moving right along with that, and I'm almost done, I would say. It should take me maybe a week if I work on it diligently, but we'll have to see. I am doing a little bit more filming this month because of March Mystery Madness. There are a couple other videos that I want to film just for like mystery recommendations type videos, which are not videos that I normally have on my channel. In fact, I don't think I have any recommendation videos on my channel at the moment. So yeah, I mostly do like review videos, just kind of like my thoughts on things. I don't like to call them reviews because I don't get real critical. It's just sharing my thoughts on the things that I read. And so I give you that and like my first impressions on some series and things like that. So yeah, a recommendations video is definitely something that is new for me. I'm a little bit concerned about filming it, but I think it'll be okay. I hope that it's of help to somebody at least. And yeah, so with the extra filming that I'm doing this month, I'm not sure how long it'll take me to just get this one sleeve done, but it's well ahead of the time that is allotted for this knit along, so I have until May to get this one done to qualify for the knit along, but obviously I should be done way before then, which is great. I do plan on casting on another cabled sweater just to see how much I can get done before the knit along is over. And so yeah, I'm really excited. I'm loving this sweater. Unfortunately, it's warming up, so I probably won't be able to wear this one until maybe December, because that's about when it gets cold where I am. But yeah, I'm very, very happy with this project. Love this color. This is a shade of my favorite color. So yes. So that's pretty much all I've got for you for this segment. I will hopefully be back with you tomorrow, but if not, I will be back with you after I've read a bit more and have a little bit more of an update to give you. So I hope you're all having a good one, and I will talk to you later. Hi everyone, it is Friday, March 4th, and I am here for a vloggy check-in. So it is about 2 o'clock in the morning. I told you I filmed these around the same time. It just started to rain a little while ago, which makes me very happy. Rain puts me in my happy place, and that also means I'm going to get a really good night's sleep tonight because I always sleep better when it's raining. But anyway, I want to update you on my reading. So today I did have to work, or yesterday, on the 3rd, I had to work. And so I listened to the remainder of the audiobook for The Case of the Missing Marquess, which is the first book in the Enola Holmes mystery series by Nancy Springer. I enjoyed this one a lot more than I thought I was going to. I don't normally enjoy historical stories, and I'm not really well versed in the Sherlock Holmes stories. I have watched, like, Elementary, and I read the assigned reading in high school for Sherlock Holmes, but that's pretty much the extent of my experience with Sherlock Holmes. So I wasn't sure what to expect going into this one, considering we are dealing with the younger sister of Sherlock and Mycroft Holmes. But I thought this was really entertaining. The narrator for the audiobook, I thought, did a really good job. And yeah, I'm looking forward to reading the rest of the series that I have. I have 6 of them. And when I was logging this book into Goodreads, I had noticed there were 2 other ones that were released more recently. I think they're like tie-ins for the Netflix TV show. I think it's a TV show. But they don't have these covers. They have the like real life tie-in edition covers. So yeah, I definitely want to get through the ones I have, especially since I have them. But since I finished this up today, I decided to go ahead and start my next book, which was Skullduggery Pleasant. So I actually read the Enola Holmes book as part of the group read with Elizabeth Tyree, and this is also a group read with Elizabeth Tyree, except I think she's doing this one the last 2 weeks of March, and since I had the audiobook out from the library, I decided to go ahead and start this one and just read it early. I am up to chapter 7 right now, so I just finished chapter 6. And I am really, really enjoying this. I am finding the things that are happening very interesting and entertaining, and I can't wait to see what else happens in this one. So I'm pleasantly surprised with this story, and yeah, I hope my interest in the story continues and that this will be another series that I'll want to pick up more installments of and continue. But since I'm so close to the beginning still, I can't gauge what I feel about it, but I can tell you that right now I am really enjoying it and I'm looking forward to more. I'm also listening to the audiobook on that one, and the narrator gave all of the characters Irish accents, I think. So, yes, I am really enjoying the narration. So, today, I got a hold come through from my library, and I am having a very, very difficult time not chucking my TBR completely and reading this book, because it's one that I have been hearing a lot about and I am very interested in. And so the book that came in was Dead Silence by S.A. Barnes. This is a new book. It was just released at the beginning of the month, I believe. And this is, I believe I've heard it say that it's a story that's like Ghost Ship meets Titanic. And as you know, I find a lot of things about Titanic fascinating, and I do read a lot of fiction set on the Titanic, and so yeah, I am very interested in this. This is my Kindle keyboard, so it is very old. I am so happy it still works, because even though I do have a Kindle Fire, I don't like to be reading on electronic screens very often, just because I work on a computer all day long, and then to read on an electronic screen again, I'm sure that is what's causing my eyes to go bad so quickly. But I do like my Kindle keyboard with the e-ink technology, and it has lasted me a very, very long time. I believe this is, I think, the second generation Kindle. This actually came with internet service, so that you could download your books from the internet. I have not used that part of this Kindle for practically ever. I think I turned it on maybe once or twice when I was in dire need of a book to download and I wasn't near a computer, but yeah, I haven't really used that. I'm not even sure that that would even work now, but I really have no need for that. I just hook the Kindle keyboard to my computer and I transfer the files onto this like an external hard drive. But yeah, it still works. I love reading on this, and yeah, I'm going to be very sad when this stops working, but I'm super interested in this book, and it's taking a lot of restraint not to read this one right now, but I do want to finish Velocity. So I am going to jump into that one again right now before I hit the sack, and hopefully I'll get a little bit more reading done in that, and maybe I will be close to finishing it this weekend. I hope so. It's taking me way too long to read that book. I think I started it on the 9th of February, if I'm not mistaken. So if I'm reading it still on the 9th of March, that means I would have been reading that book for a month. And that is not normal for me. So, yeah. That is pretty much what I've read today. So, like I said, I'm going to jump into Velocity and read a little bit more in that, and that will do it for me for this check-in. So, I hope you're all having a good one. It sounds like the rain has slowed down, but we're supposed to get showers on and off for the rest of the day, and it's supposed to be rather chilly, so I'm kind of looking forward to it. And yeah, so I am going to settle in, grab my book, and I hope you are all having a great evening or whatever time of day it is for you. And I will talk to you in a bit. Hi everyone, it is March 5th and I am here with another vloggy check-in. So daily vlogging is not working too well this month. I didn't read again yesterday, and so when I did read, it was past midnight, so technically it was today. And so I didn't do a check-in yesterday. But I am in my last 500? No. I am in my last 100 pages of Velocity, which is the third book in the Karen Vale Mystery series by Alan Jacobson. Hopefully this won't be taking me too much longer because, like I had said in my previous clip, I believe I started this on February 9th. And March 9th is coming up rather quickly, so I kind of don't want to be having read this for a month. So I am slowly working my way towards the end of that book. Hopefully I will have that one done before the month mark, but we shall see. I haven't really done anything else. I didn't knit yesterday. I just worked on editing a video, my wrap-up video, putting all the clips together and editing everything together. It took a long time and I just didn't want to do anything after that, so I didn't do any reading. I played a little bit of my video game, Gems of War, and that's pretty much it. So yeah, I'm not doing so great with my reading. I have finished one book so far. I'm in the middle of 3 other books, and yeah. It is what it is. I mean, there's nothing more that I can do about that, and I just need to take this one step at a time, I think. March is kind of a weird month for me, just in general, because it's the month that I lost my grandfather. And so I'm kind of dealing with the blues, if you will. I think about him most often, I would say, in March every year, though I do think about him quite a bit. We were very close. He was like a second father to me, especially in the times where I was having issues communicating with my dad, when my dad and I weren't talking to each other. My grandfather was there for me, and so yeah, when I lost him, it was a hard time for me, and every year since, it's, you know, they say that there's no like finish line for grief, and that is completely true. And so yeah, I'm just trying to take it easy. I think it's hitting me more this year just because it's a big anniversary of his death. I think I had talked about this in my February wrap-up video, but he's been gone for 25 years this year. In fact, in a couple of weeks, so March 14th is the day I lost him. And yeah, so I've just been thinking about him a lot lately, and I do normally around this time of year. So I just kind of haven't been wanting to do anything, I guess. And, you know, like I said, I've been having a rough time with that one book that I'm languishing through. And yeah, just taking things a little bit at a time. And that's all I can do, right? That's all I can do. So I finished filming a video a little bit earlier, some manga recommendations for mystery readers. It's something that I am a little bit apprehensive about putting up on my channel, just because I know that things that I recommend or things that I enjoy may not be things other people enjoy, and so I don't normally put recommendations videos up. But being that it's March Mystery Madness, and I'd like more people to read manga, but I think there's a lot of hesitation as to where to start with manga. I thought that it would be a good thing for me to share some mystery recommendations in the manga format with my viewers, and maybe some other people who do not subscribe to my channel but do participate in March Mystery Madness. So I just finished filming that. It was rather difficult for me, I'll have to say. I mean, I love talking about things that I read and, you know, sharing titles that I enjoy with other people, but I'm always apprehensive about people who leave snide comments or, you know, just dislike the things that I like, which is fine. I mean, you know, that's your opinion. This is my opinion. But a lot of times people aren't nice about differing opinions, I guess. And I try, you know, not to be controversial or put out videos that have controversial views on them. But just lately, it just seems like I've been getting more and more negative comments and dislikes without people telling me why they're disliking. And I think that's why I hate the dislike system that YouTube has, because you can dislike a video and not tell the creator why you disliked it. I mean, it's fine if you just disagree, but I don't like the fact that people don't have to own their dislike. They don't have to, you know, say why. But yeah, I've just been getting a lot of kind of distasteful comments and kind of mean ones. So yeah, I think it's something everybody has to deal with as their channel grows. But it just seems to me that it's just been more recent that I've been getting comments like that. So yeah, I'm a little bit apprehensive about putting that recommendations video out there, but hopefully it'll help some people, because that's the main goal. I want to help people who may not know where to start with manga, especially if they're mystery readers and don't know what series to try that will have things that they enjoy in them. And so yeah, I am planning on doing one more of these types of videos later this month. But we'll see how this first video is received, I guess. So since I have had a little bit more clips than I would normally have this month, just because we are doing March Mystery Madness, I think I'm going to end this diary entry here and have like one diary entry every week. It's probably not going to get put up for a couple more days. But yeah, I'm going to try that this month. I don't think that weekly kind of diary entries are going to be a thing for me. As far as posting wise, I'm probably going to go back to the bi-weekly posting of my diaries, just because that's what works for me time wise and editing wise. But since it's March Mystery Madness, we'll do something extra special and do one diary entry per week. So yeah, that's pretty much all I've got for today. I am thinking about a new project, but I'm going to keep that under wraps for now, just because I'm not quite sure how I want to go about that project yet. But yeah, it is nice and gloomy today. It is cold, it's a little breezy, and it's a little bit rainy. And like I said before, this is my happy place weather. And so I'm just going to enjoy the atmosphere and the weather. And I will be back with you again for another diary entry, maybe tomorrow, but you will not see that until the next week. So I hope you're all doing great. I hope you're all safe and healthy. And until next time, take care and smile always. Bye.